Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to the football show on PLZ Soccer, sponsored by Arnold Clark. I'm Gabriel Antoniazzi. We're down to just two guests today, but no less insightful. I've got Tam Cowan and Alan Ruff here with me in the studio. Thanks for joining us today. And it's a Thursday. That can mean only one thing: the Europa League. So Celtic are in the early kick-off away to Cluj. They've already qualified, though, and topped their groups. We'll come back to them. We're going to start with Rangers, who welcome Young Boys to Glasgow this evening at 8 o'clock with the chance to be playing European football for the first time since 2011 after Christmas. Let's have a look at the preview of the game. Young Boys of Bern will visit Ibrox this evening for the final group game in the Europa League. Now, the options for Rangers are simple. Lose and they're out. A draw guarantees they progress, whilst a win ensures that they finish top of their group. Now, other than the obvious reasons for topping the group, Gerrard will want that because it means they will avoid teams dropping down from the Champions League in Monday's draw, such as Inter Milan, last season's semi-finalists Ajax and Red Bull Salzburg. Now, the omens are good, having won all 6 Europa League games here at Ibrox so far this season, and impressing away against Young Boys despite a last-minute defeat. Gerrard said they deserved much more from the game. And of course, there's a League Cup final on Sunday where they went toe-to-toe with Celtic and dominated the match. That will give them encouragement as well. They did lose that, and the club has been on a bit of a downer, but Gerrard said this is the perfect match to lift the spirits around the club, and he has promised to go out and attack this evening.
We tried to pick a real positive and bold bench for the weekend, to be brave. And we'll do the same for tomorrow's game, just in case we're in a situation where we are chasing a goal. You never know what can happen.
Young Boys are in the same position as Rangers. Knowing a win will see them top the group. Midfielder Glenn Kamara thinks it might mean they come out all guns blazing.
They'll probably be a bit more attacking than usual, or something we're prepared for, and we're looking forward to the game, and hopefully we can win it.
If Steven Gerrard's men get 3 points this evening, I'm sure most of the fans inside won't be thinking about Sunday's defeat, but will be dreaming of European away trips come February. So Rangers are currently top and they can finish top of the group. We can have a quick look at the table now. It's the most convoluted group in the entire Europa League. You can see 8, 7, 7, 5. So any team can still qualify. There's several permutations. Rangers could lose and still get through somehow. But I'm going to come to you, Tam Cowan. We've not heard your thoughts on the cup final, but can they take the positives from that despite the defeat? Is it the perfect game for them?
It's a perfect game if Rangers go right out and get an early goal, because I think they wouldn't be human if that game on Sunday hadn't absolutely knocked the stuffing out of them. There's a phrase that I always use down through the years when Motherwell have played Rangers or Celtic, and because of maybe the Glasgow Big Two maybe no being in the best of form or having an off day or whatever, we thought we maybe had a wee chance but we couldn't take it, and you end up walking out of Fir Park saying we'll never get a better chance. And there must have been a bit of the Rangers fans saying that on Sunday as well, because they absolutely pummeled Celtic. And of course, 2 great moments of controversy with the offside goal, and then Fraser Forster well off his line with a penalty kick. So an absolute sickener. And it will be a strange one at Ibrox tonight if Young Boys, who need to win to go through, so they'll be up for a cup, you would imagine, even though they've not been in the best nick in this group so far and they've lost a lot of goals. But if they went out and scored a goal early, you just wonder what that would do to Rangers, what it would do to the crowd. So if I was Steven Gerrard, I would absolutely emphasise to my team, get right out for the first whistle and get a goal and put this to bed. And you know, in the very fact that if they did take the lead and knowing that even just a draw will take them through, what a strong position to be in, you know. But incidentally, before you go to Alan, I want to go to Alan because when I mentioned Fraser Forster, member of the Goalies Union that you will be yourself, every newspaper I picked up on Monday morning, Fraser Forster, he only got 9 out of 10.
Did he?
Man-by-man markings. What's a guy got today to get a 10?
Yeah, I haven't seen a 10.
No, I didn't see one.
Maybe it's because he came off his line, as you said.
It might have been, he was cheating. That's it. And he says, right, we're taking a point off for him cheating.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a guy go today to get 10 out of 10. He was absolute. I've never, honestly, and I'll let my Motherwell bias creep in here, for me, I would say unequivocally, it was the best goalkeeping performance at Hampden since Ali Maxwell in May the 18th, 1991.
Yeah,
and Ali Maxwell did it with a ruptured spleen as well.
Yeah, Roughie, you agree with that?
Do you get a 9?
I gave him 11 out of 10. I think Ali did. When I remember back to the reports, I've still got all the newspapers for 28 years ago in my drawer. I believe that Ali Maxwell got a 10 out of 10 in all the papers for the heroics, the fact that he spent the night in hospital, you know. So there we go. Right,
Roughie, let's go back to the Young Boys game now. What did you make of Young Boys last time out 2 months ago when they played? They beat them with a last-minute goal, but what did you expect? What do you think of them?
Well, I don't think they're one of the big ones. You know, that you still got to go out and beat them. You know, as Tam said, you know, it's all about on the night. You know, there will be a great deal of nerves going about, but these nerves can be taken out the window by a goal. You know, and everybody relaxes, the crowd relax, the players relax, and then you go on and win the game. But as you said, everybody in that group knows that they've still got a chance, and well, that's the case. There's going to be a bit of a game.
So do you expect Young Boys to come out and attack, and they could perhaps shock Rangers?
No, I think it'll just be in the counter-attack. That's what you have to be aware of. But obviously, if Rangers were to score first, then they've got to do something. They've got to throw everything out the window. So that would suit Rangers down to a T.
If Rangers score first, I think the other team will chuck it. Yeah, because I couldn't see them in their form so far in the group, and with their defence, which has lost a lot of goals. I think if Rangers go a goal up, that would be it, over and done with, and would be edging ever so nearer to the 2 Champions League places, which would be magnificent. Yeah, it would be. We'll come on to that later. Can I get your prediction then? Well, you know I like a 0-0. But, well, I'll tell you what, the very fact that Cluj against Celtic the first game tonight is, to use your phrase, a dead rubber, then I'm actually feeling confident that it could be a 0-0 and might end up just like a wee bit of a kickabout. I'm only looking forward to seeing Lee Griffiths back, big fan of him in a Scotland jersey. I hope this is the start of his comeback. And of course, Rangers would take a 0-0 tonight. So my 2 singles and a double, it's definitely going on tonight. 2-0 Roughie, what's your prediction?
I'm going to go for 2-0. I think, and I'll go even further and say Morales, first goal scorer.
Yeah, it could be a big night for Morelos, couldn't it? Tam, what did you make of his performance on Sunday? And is this, again, the perfect game for him? But he's been so impressive in Europe so far. He's only, as a father myself, Gabriel, right? He's only a young man, right? And I genuinely hope that this whole thing about no scoring against Celtic, I hope it doesn't affect him, because he's a brilliant player, you know, and what a difference it would have made for him if he'd have tucked that penalty away though, you know. But he's a young guy, but I would still like him to see some of the play acting out of his game, and some of the wee Snyders that he's done, the wee fly kick here and there. And indeed, I mean, Steven Gerrard early in the season was urging a referee to protect Alfredo Morelos. As a Motherwell fan, I should stick up for my own club here and say that Stevie Robinson should maybe come out before Sunday's game and say that Motherwell want protection from Alfredo Morelos. We don't want him doing any wee fly kicks at our players. We don't want him rolling about, you know, because he's still got a bit of that in his game. And it's a shame, because I think he's an absolutely brilliant player. He clearly scores a hat full of goals, and all the majority of the nonsense that he had in his head last year that was getting him booked and suspended. You don't want a guy like that sitting in the stand. That's crazy. So I thought he'd knocked a lot of that out of his head, but some of the antics were a wee bit unsavoury, shall we say, in the cup final. Yeah, he certainly plays on the edge. Last one, can we look ahead a little bit? How far could Rangers go, do you think, if they top the group and avoid the Champions League drop-downs?
Well, there's still a lot of average teams in there, you know, and obviously you've still got to beat them, but I would think there were a better chance in playing some of the teams that are dropping out in the Champions League. So yeah, a favourable draw. You would expect them to go maybe another couple of rounds.
Tam, you've got to wait till Monday to see the draw, do you think?
You wait until then, and the only final word that I would want in a cup final, and it means that I'd be disagreeing with a BBC colleague of mine, I thought the tears for Ryan Jack were absolutely fine. And I like proper, raw emotion like that. I much prefer that. The emotion that you would normally get for a player, I think I hate, is the old kissing the jersey, or banging their chest as if I'm one of you, and then before you know it, they got offered better money to go elsewhere and they skedaddle, you know what I mean? I liked the fact that Ryan Jack showed exactly what that meant to him. And you know what? Andy Murray didn't get slagged. No. When he broke down in tears with a bit of emotion, you know, and there have been other guys as well, but I thought it was fine. It was. I mean, the whole day, that whole game, that whole event, I just thought it was top class entertainment, and that was another wee facet of that.
Yeah, I'm certainly in agreement with you there. Right, let's move over to Celtic.
When did you last cry?
When did I last cry?
Aye.
At football.
Aye. Would you think you would do if I told him about Santa Claus?
I can't remember the last time I cried about football. Maybe when Arsenal lost the Champions League final in 2006. I was only 9 and I was in floods of tears. Right. Floods of tears.
What about when your trousers shrunk in the wash? A wee tear there.
It's a coincidence. They all
Stick
somehow.
one leg up just for the camera. Stick one leg up. Come on.
You can see it. You can see it out there.
Come on. You can see it on Facebook Live.
Beautiful.
That's that. There we go.
Watch the Facebook Live if you want to see more ankle action. Right.
How's Peter getting on in New York?
I think he's doing fine.
He's not.
We've not heard from him
tonight. I think.
There's a Billy Joel. I heard that he went up the very top of the Empire State Building, Peter, and biplanes started shooting at him. Like that film.
Oh, you've had that one for a while, haven't you? You've had that one for a while. Right, let's talk about Celtic. They've already topped their group. They could set a record number of points for a Scottish team, but they're set to change things up. There will be no Ryan Christie, Callum McGregor, Scott Brown, Tom Rogic, or Fraser Forster, and of course Odsonne Edouard, who's still recovering from that injury. Neil Lennon, though, is insistent that they're going there to win.
Yeah, we're here to be competitive and we're here to win. And we have had a fantastic campaign, and we know we have to respect the competition. And you know, we take a huge amount of pride in what we've done, and we want to finish the campaign on a high if we can.
Left back Bolly Bolingoli, who is also expected to start in the absence of others, agreed with his manager.
Every game is important for us, you know. Even though we are already qualified for the next round, I think tomorrow is also important that we have this win. And the coach, the whole team, we came here to win this game, and we're gonna give also everything to do that also tomorrow.
Right, Tam, I asked Roughie this yesterday. What do you make of dead rubbers in the football sense? That should they go out, try and win? They've won 12 in a row, or does it not matter?
What I would say, you seem to be a man that's good with your stats, Gabriel. Could you tell me how much each point is worth in the Champions League or in the Europa League? Do you know? It's something that's got a figure on it, hasn't it?
For the coefficient?
No, you get.
Each club gets for a win or a draw.
Exactly. You get money from basically UEFA, the UEFA
pot per point.
I'm
not sure
so
exactly
I would
what
wholly
that is.
disagree with the very idea of a dead rubber or that. When you see the money that Celtic have got to shell out to players, whatever deal they've come to with Southampton for Fraser Forster's astronomical wages, I can absolutely see why they would want to go out there and win tonight. Because if you get 3 points, I think it's something like £200,000 a point or something, you know.
It could be, yeah.
You know, or maybe that's at Champions League level. But no, there can't be any dead rubbers. And of course, Neil Lennon's not going to say that to his starting lineup, the guys that he's brought in, as if to say, you know what, boys, it doesn't matter. It's just you guys that are playing. I'm already playing the second string. It doesn't matter if you get beat or anything. He's not going to say that to these guys. So what I would say though, it's kind of a dead rubber for the neutral spectator, for the viewer. I'll not be rushing home for that one. But the all-important one is, of course, Rangers young boys.
No, we can actually have a look at the Celtic table right now to see how clear they are. So Cluj do need a draw to go through, because if Lazio win and Celtic beat Cluj, then we could see Lazio join Celtic in the last 32.
Well, if I was Cluj, then I don't know if this is allowed. You tell me. But if I was Cluj, I'd say to Celtic, "Gonna give us a draw tonight, and we'll give you £1 million." Are you allowed to do that?
I don't think. Not if it's on the books. I don't think they can do it. Maybe if they give them a little
that's
sly word.
a possibility.
Well, you've gone for 0-0. Roughie, what are you on?
I'm going to go for a draw as well, but I'm going to go one each.
Yeah, I'll back you there. 1-1. That was the score when they met in Romania in the Champions League qualifying. So do you not think that Celtic will perhaps try and get one up? You know, they've got the little ding-dong with Cluj because they knocked them out of the Champions League in such humiliating fashion at Parkhead?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think that's done and dusted now. They've rectified that at Parkhead when they won there. So, no, tonight's all about the manager saying to the second string guys, look, this is a chance for you to show me that you should be in the first team, and that will be what he's hoping that the kind of form they produce.
Lee Griffiths, Tam?
Yeah, Lee Griffiths. Well, there you go. That's the one reason I would tune into that game at 5 to 6 tonight, is to see how he's getting on. That's quite intriguing. There's a lot of folk, primarily, never stopped talking about him, Chris Sutton, who kept going on about where is Lee Griffiths right through Sunday's game. Celtic did, of course, bring Edouard on, and that made all the difference. But I'll be intrigued to see how Griffiths looks when he plays tonight.
OK, plenty more to talk about. I'm sure we'll get Motherwell in somehow. But first, this is how you can win our fantastic competition.
If you'd like to win this unique Lionel Messi signed Barcelona top, subscribe to our YouTube channel PLZ Soccer and we'll announce the winner on Friday 20th of December. Good luck!
OK, it is time for Motherwell Chat. Manager Stephen Robinson joked today that David Turnbull might not get in the team when he returns from his knee surgery. Tam, where do you stand on that? Because it is tongue-in-cheek, but Motherwell's midfield three of Campbell, Polworth and Donnelly have been very impressive.
Absolutely. The key word is joked. I would imagine, let's say for a minute talking, David Turnbull was fit overnight and he was available for the Rangers game on Sunday. I would imagine he'd start on the bench. And then he'd bring him on. But because the guy, he's a mercurial talent. He was brilliant for us before there was talk of the transfer, which of course unearthed, if you like, the injury, and he needed the preventative surgery. But, you know, we weren't going to get £3.2 million for a dud player. The guy, top quality. He wasn't going to trouser for himself 11.5 grand a week if he couldn't play football. So the figures tell you all you need to know about the boy. And he is only 19. I'm sure he'll come back with a bang, and I'm looking forward to it. But you're right. I've got a wee kind of purr going on inside me now, and I think the very idea of David Turnbull not being able to get back into the Motherwell team, that tells you all you need to know about Motherwell, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. They're high-flying, aren't they? How big a boost will it be, Roughie? Turnbull back in there.
Oh, it'll be fantastic. But I think the manager's been loyal to the players that are there now. You know, he knows the shift they put in for the beginning of the season, and he has to be loyal to them. So, you know, I think he'll have to bide his time. You know, obviously he'll have to get his fitness up to scratch, a few games under his belt, and then he's obviously, as Tam said, he's an addition that you would wish for. If
he continues his form of last season, 15 goals in 30 games, could they get a fee higher than the 3.2 that was agreed with Celtic in the summer, or 18 months' time?
Well, that's the intriguing thing, because there are just as many people thinking, you've missed the boat. The boy, because he's had an injury, he's not going to come back as good as he was, and if you do sell him, you don't get that sort of money again. I don't see any reason for that at his age at 19. He'll come back fit as a fiddle. I'd like to see him being eased in. The good thing is, I know we're aiming high now and would love to get a European place and all that, but any Motherwell fan and MD at the club will tell you that you still look below. You know, you still look behind you and you say, just make sure we're absolutely clear the relegation of playoff place, because that's the way Motherwell's got to operate. But if we find ourselves in a very comfortable position into the turn of the year and David Turnbull is suddenly ready to come back in the team, then that's a good time for him to come back when there's no any great pressure. We're no scrapping away at the bottom of the league and desperate for results, and who knows, in a right scrappy game between it, if it was 10th and 11th, he might be a wee bit reticent to get steamed in because he knows he's got an injury. All that kind of stuff, you know. So I would like to see him coming back in a high-flying Motherwell team that's playing a bit of football, because he can certainly play football.
Yep, high-flying Motherwell. They are third. Something they could benefit from in the coming years is the coefficient boost. Now, we spoke about this yesterday, Roughie, but Tam, I want your point of view as a Motherwell fan, as you always give it. How beneficial could that be if Celtic and Rangers get the extra 2 wins, that there will then be 2 Champions League places, which of course Motherwell played at the start of the decade, but you've also then got 1 Europa League place and then 2 of this third tier UEFA competition, so 5 teams in Europe from Scotland.
Well, absolutely, that would look great. And I mean, we look a comfortable third in the league now. Aberdeen have been hellishly inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get for Aberdeen one team at the next. I'm still a bit baffled by that when I see how much a bigger club they are than Motherwell. We've got no right to be above them. But yep, if we suddenly had 5 places, you could be greedy and say, you never know, we get after a flyer next year and we could be in the heels of Celtic and Rangers and then sneak it as they slit each other's throats kind of thing. But I would settle for any sort of European place, because it wasn't that long ago. I think there was a spell there we get 6 years out of 7 in Europe with under managers like, starting off with Mark McGee in the UEFA Cup, as it still was in Nancy, and then with that lovely wee run under managers like Jim Gannon, then Craig Brown and Stuart McCall, and we were getting quite blasé. You were just expecting to get a passport out every year, but they trips were magnificent, and I must admit, after a few years, a gap, I'm kind of missing it.
Mm-hmm. Right, last question then. Rangers at the weekend, of course, they're playing this evening. Do you fancy your chances?
Absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a very, very tough game for Rangers tonight. We'll see if there's any hangover for the absolute kick in the guts that they experienced against Celtic on Sunday. So that's 2 massive games. They wouldn't be human if there wasn't some sort of effect come Sunday. We're fresh. That'll be day 8 since we last had a game since beating Hearts. And we incidentally weren't at our best in the Hearts game. And the intriguing thing with that, they always say, if you can win games when you're not playing well, they used to say that was a mark of champions.
Yeah.
Mark of champions.
Well, so maybe we could win the Champions League, whether they help us out with the coefficient or not. Maybe we'll just get in as winners.
We'll have to see about that. Roughie, I'll get your prediction on that one tomorrow. Okay. And unfortunately, that's all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to all our social media channels that you can see below. Thanks again to you two for your insight, as always. And don't forget, you can join us again tomorrow when we look back at this evening's Europa League games and preview the weekend's action. Bye-bye.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.